All right, before this video gets started, real quick, just want to let you know that there is a 15% off discount code at Kubey Knives. If you go in there and just type in Donnie B all day, DONNIE space B space all space day. So use my name. You can get over there. Discount code Donnie B all day. Let's get into this knife. Whoo-wee, what's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So, you know, what's funny is yesterday I was wearing some Bruins gear, right? So it's black and gold and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take the knife that I'm going to carry for the day to match what I'm wearing because I don't want it to come out of my pocket and not match. So I didn't realize, but I had a package sitting on my front porch. It's been out there for a couple days now. I didn't even see it. Because it's flat and we always use the back. So I was looking outside today and I saw this thing and I got excited because I knew I had a knife coming from Kubey that I have been waiting on, excited for. And I wish I saw it yesterday because yesterday it would have matched my outfit. But I don't care. I'm carrying it because this thing is sweet. So this is the Noble. It's a liner lock by Kubey, an OBLE, the Noble. It's G10. I'll go over all the specs. This is the let's see, dark stonewash D2, and the number for this one is the KU236D. So Kilo Uniform 236 Delta. And I've been pumped for this one to come in because I am becoming a monster Kubey fan, and the reason is because they only know how to make knives right. It's like they haven't done a bad knife, I think. Everybody on the planet, you know, pretty much that are into knives will say, oh, cold steel, cold steel, cold steel. I am liking Kubey knives more than my cold steel stuff as the days go on. Like every day, I find myself when I need to pull something out that has to go in a pocket, some ride or die knives. These things, the thing is, instead of plastic handle scales like you see on a lot of the other stuff, these guys always use like G10 and just really good stuff. And you can see it's well textured. It's very, very well groomed. They do all the contouring on this thing. So left-handed, right-handed, it doesn't matter. Every one of them just feels good in the hand. I haven't had a Kubey hit my hand yet where I went, I don't like the grip. Every grip, especially me with giant hands, I can find a grip on every one of their knives, just every single one. I'm really digging what they do. And it seems like every freaking time I turn around, they're coming up with a really new design that's good looking. I think that this one, personally, I saw this and I was like, yep, I think this design is kind of beautiful. I love the nice, fat, wide blade. I love its stocky appearance. It has just enough blade edge to do anything you need to do with. And it's just sexy, man. I love the black and gold. I didn't have a black and gold knife, so this one was definitely a must. Or black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. So, okay, so we know it's the KU236 is the Noble line. This one is the KU236D because of its pattern. Now they come in all kinds of, you don't have to get it black finish. You can get it regular finish. You can get it black handles, green handles. You can get it black on black, gray on black, tan on black, yellow. Kubey does it right, man. I am such a large fan. Ever since my first one, it's just like, need more, need more, need more. I gotta find out what these guys are about. Gotta test. And every single time, it's just pleasure. Pleasure out of the box. So this one has an overall length of 7.56 inches, a blade length of 3.15 inches, a handle length of 4.41 inches, which happens to be a really, really well done handle length. My pinky, the meat of my pinky is all the way at the end when I grab it. So while it looks like I'm losing my pinky is actually grabbing onto that end. And for me being a lefty, it's right around the base of the pocket clip. I really, really like that. Handle thickness is 0.51 inch. Blade width is blade width 1.26 inch. Blade thickness is 3 millimeters. We are looking at D2 with a Rockwell of 59 to 61. You're getting a good look at it, I'll tell you that. Let's see. They got drop points, dark stone washed, which I was trying to like show you. Look at, that's not like black, like weird paint or that weird like coating, that Teflon stuff or whatever it is. This is stone washed. So it has like a really cool grainy look. Look at this thing. That, my friends, is beautiful. That's a really cool looking knife. It's a flat grind with G10, liner lock, ambidextrous. It is a caged ceramic ball bearing. Helps with speed. Tip up. Left, right. Let's see. Pivot cap stainless. Screws are stainless. And da-da. So what we have here is the Noble. Let's just put it that way. And it's dope. They even have like, see this little triangular cutout? It's kind of like a weight reduction, even though it doesn't really matter in a knife like this. It's kind of, for me, it's just like aesthetically pleasing. Now, if I was using a really tight side grip, I can take my thumb and I can put it in here. So if I'm curling my cuts, it gives, okay, so I'm going to try and push my thumb this way. Let's see how much pressure. Did you hear the pop? Listen. That pop is because look at how dented my thumb is, my thumb tip, because I'm pressing. Like my finger was wedged inside this little groove. So if you're using a side grip, you don't have to worry about accidental slipping. I don't know if that's what they meant for that to be, but it absolutely works. If they didn't mean it, they mean it now, because that's awesome. You do have jimping, and it is non-aggressive jimping, which is an absolute pleasure, because once your thumb sits on it, it just feels good. There's no abrasive feeling. There's no hard edges on it. It just feels nice. You have a swedge tip. And the contouring is just great. Everything about the feel of this knife, grabbing it, you even have a little choil right here. It just feels nice in the hand. I really, really like this little side cutting, you know, I'm going to call it a side cutting notch because it works great for that. As a matter of fact, let's test. All right, so I'm going to lock my thumb into that little triangle, and I'm going to get some really, really tight, controlled curls. And I mean really, really tight and controlled. Look at this. Look at this. Man, those are as tight as you can get right there. So when you're making your nest for a fire, that kind of stuff right there is perfect. Let's go on a regular grip and just come down. Look at this. Look at this. So far, all the Kubeys I've had have been cutters out of the box. Just extremely well cutters. Every single one of them has been, wow. I didn't expect it to be so sharp. Almost took off my wrist. Every single one of them has been completely, and I mean completely, shave sharp out of the box. And I mean shave sharp. That just gave me a bald spot. But the edges are fantastic. The edge geometry is fantastic. I haven't found a reason to complain about any of their knives. And my job is to look for a reason to complain. But they're just so well built. They're so well contoured. Their designer, and I don't know who it is, takes really good care into platforming these knives into making the contours so they're not going to just fit one hand style. I know a person with small hands can grab this knife and feel just as comfortable as someone with double X hands. That's pretty special. That's pretty special. That means, you know, if you're sitting at the campsite and your kid wants to open up something, you can hand it to them and they can open it up safely. And if your cousin-in-law, who's an NBA star, comes over with his frickin' snake fingers, he can use the same knife and get the same results. It's not in the size of the knife, it's in the contouring and the shaping. That's what makes all that possible. So you can have 50 different knives of the same dimensions, but if they're not cut right, it's just not going to matter. Kubey cuts them right. I say we take it outside. Even though it's all snow out there, we're going to try. All right, so here we are. We got a little bit of snow shine. Just wanted to show this thing in the sun. Man, is this a really good looking knife. It's a good looking knife. So we're going to have to battle. We're going to have to battle the elements here and get over to the stump and see if we can find all the stuff we need to use, because it's all buried. It's all snowed in. Oh, I can see the belt, so that's good. It's like 40 degrees today, so we're getting some melt. We're getting some melt. And this knife is so hot, it might just do some of the melting all by itself. I can't see because there's a big glare, so I'm going to have to assume we are where we are and you can see the stump. All right, so let's do some 4-foot drops. Oh, that dropped dead straight. I just went crooked. There we go. There we go. I'll tell you, it has enough bite to where just the drop alone had a nice little grab. Do some hard downward throws. See if it's going to close on us. Oh my gosh. Make sure these scales are on there nice. This thing has got some crazy bite. Squeak, squeak, squeak. It does. It has some really, really nice bite. Here we go. 4 pieces of leather right here. Let's see what we got. Man, that's a slicer. That's a slicer. Okay, let's see if we can get this 1/2-inch nylon rope out here with a push cut. And that not just push cut, it push cut so clean, it kept the rope together. That's crazy, crazy sharp. Let's do a little tire dig here. Boom. So inside the tire, we're looking at no problem. And slicing the tire, no freaking problem. We already showed you some feather sticking. I don't know if I'm going to be able to smash through this because it's really big, but we'll see. Ugh. That's actually really hard to do with a smaller knife. That's really hard to do, to get that much stick. Bam! It's not a chopper, but the knife doesn't know that. Let's do this. Let's do this. We got the leather saddlebag. See how much of this we can get through. Oh my God! That went all the way to the handle. That entire thing just screamed through the bag. And that it went handle deep. That is pretty darn impressive. Holy crap. I'm trying to think, there's not a lot we could do out here, right? Especially for that. And to show off the knife, you want to show that it cuts, that it's sharp, that it opens and closes nice. And those are definitely some things it does. It opens, it closes really, really nice. That's another thing with Kubey, is every one I've tested has beautiful, and when I say beautiful, I mean B-E-A-U-T-I-U-F-L, however you spell that, beautiful action. I am really, really into these knives, and it's just like, you know how you get one and you think, okay, I'm going to try it out and see if this will be okay, and then you think, maybe it's a fluke, I'm going to get another one, and then all of a sudden, it starts turning into, maybe I should try one, to, oh my God, I really want one. And this is one of those companies where it's just over and over again. Oh, I missed. Over and over again. You just really, really want, hey-yo, first try. You just really want more. You know what I mean? It's like they have a huge lineup. And trying to get through as many as humanly possible just to see. I have to see, is there one that I'm not going to like? Because so far, and believe me, I get no paychecks from Kubey. So far, I just haven't found one I don't like. And if people think, oh, you know, just saying that, or he's got some special deal. You ever watch my cold steel videos? I love cold steel knives. Love them. Cold steel doesn't give me any money. They don't do anything for me. But I'm honest when I test a knife and I say if I like it or not. And, like, you know, I had the Tie-Lite Chris from Cold Steel. Can't stand it. Hate it. Love everything else. You know, everything I test, I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh. That one I just didn't like. So far, this one hasn't found an issue. This company, I haven't had an issue with any of their knives. I haven't had one where it was like, I can't believe they sold me that. You know what I mean? Or I can't believe this is the product they're putting out. Haven't had that issue with Kubey. And I mean, I would love to have that issue with Kubey, because who knows, maybe it'll let me know they're human. So far, these guys are beyond that. Let's see here. Basketball shreds it. Let's go from inside out. Can you use it to skin? Absolutely. Can you use this as your secondary carry knife, your camp knife for small things? Absolutely. Can you cut tomatoes? Why not? This is an absolute EDC. Everything that you think about when you think EDC, like everyday carry, something I could use every day. I have a hose in my car that I'm having some overheating and I need to put a new hose in. Something stupid. Oh, I'm trapped. I need to cut out my seatbelt. Or I need to open an envelope, or I need to open a box with new Kubeys in them. They just work every single time, and they work good. But not only that, they look good. I haven't found an ugly Kubey yet. And as you know, I'm really picky when it comes to designs. Like, being a designer, I look at knives differently. I look at knives through the eyes of the design. And I see a lot of knife designs that I think are just horrible. And great knives too. I'm talking some knives are just great, but they're designed either poorly or just ugly. Just not these. Not these. Look at the contouring in this grip alone. Look at this thing closed. This is a great looking knife. Look at how beautiful, how this sweep is. This is what makes handling the knife an absolute joy. When you get a knife that looks like it wants to be in your hand. You know, I just noticed, oh, you know what? That's kind of cool. So I just noticed, I'm like, it's different on this side. Look how smooth it is, right? No variations in the grip. On this side, I saw it's got like a little hump, and I'm like, what the heck? And I realized it's because of the liner lock, which is jimped. The flipper is jimped. Really, really nice. But it's the liners on the inside. This isn't just G10. This is G10 with liners. A lot of times you'll see the frame is the scale. No bueno. You got to put some frame in there, and these guys do that. And they sink it in, so it's even nicer. The frame is actually, I wish I could show you. The frame is actually a lot thicker than you'd think it is. It looks like it'd be a really narrow frame, but it's the same thickness. This is, I can show you, as this liner lock. That's how thick the entire frame is. What they do is they set it in to the scales, which is really good. Most times a knife company is going to make flat scales, put it on there screwed on, so you'll see the scale in the frame. This one, if you look at it from this direction, you don't see anything. All you see is the scales, because the frame is inside of them. That makes it so you can have nice big fat contouring without a handle that's going to be this, you know, this thick in your hand. It's going to be crazy wide. That's genius. And I didn't even notice that until just now. So that's perfect, because normally what would happen is you'd have a set of your frame there. Your frame would look like, you know, a set of metal pieces. I cannot speak. You'd have a set of these two metal pieces, and then the frame, your scales are on top of them, which adds width. So you think about it, you see that width right there. Think about it, two of those would make it that much thicker. So that just, it just rides in a pocket different. It sits in a hand different. So to countersink your frame, that means You can use a wider scale, because if the frame was shown, you need a thinner scale to keep it this width, which means you'd have less contouring and less shape. These guys are awesome. This is, I mean, something you don't even notice until you really get into these knives. It's just the simplicity that is less than simple. It's amazing what you can find when you look. But I think that's actually really cool, since I just noticed it. I didn't know they do inset frames, and that's really nice. So let's see where the tip is. The tip is literally, I'll show you, it's dead nut right there. That is centered, and that's after throwing it, that's after cutting with it, that's after doing all that. Just a really good knife. I mean, guys, you gotta go to the website. I'm gonna put a link down for this one. I'm gonna put a link down here. Go to their website, and just, if you don't believe me on like their designing, go through their models and look at the different models, and you're going to say, wow, okay, so that one's cool looking, that one's cool looking, that one's cool. It's not where you go, you know, wow, they have like 15 knives I would never buy, but then they have this one that's really cool. Not this company. Not this company. This is the one where you go with an intent to buy a knife, and you're struggling between 4 or 5, and you're going, ooh, which one do I want? That's what you get out of the Kubey. So this guy right here is... This is pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet, and they do the D2 really freaking well. So that's it. I'm not gonna bore you guys with a bunch of yip yap, but what I am gonna do is put this thing on my pocket, and it's going with me. It's going with me. So that's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.